Hi, I'm Tyson Franklin and welcome to this week's mini episode. Today, I want to talk about the difference between income producing equipment and non-income producing equipment, and also setting financial goals around your equipment purchases. Before I get started, if you've been enjoying this podcast, please tell your friends and also jump onto iTunes, give my show a rating and tell people what you think. In January 2019, I'm going to be doing a monthly random prize draw, and anyone that has done a review will go into the draw and win something pretty cool, regardless of where you are in the world. So anyway, let's get stuck into this. When it comes to purchasing equipment for your business, there are two types of equipment purchases you can make. One is income producing, and the second one is non-income producing equipment. Now, I'll give you an example. Let's say you were to purchase 8 chairs for your reception area, and you're deciding between a $150 chair and maybe a $400 chair, which means you're going to spend $1,200 or $3,200 to purchase the 8 chairs. Also, comfort-wise, the chairs are about the same, and at first glance, they look pretty similar as well. This is when you need to stop, think, and ask two simple questions. Will the $150 chair be sufficient for your current needs? And the second thing is, can you use the $2,000 you save somewhere else in your business? If a $150 chair will be sufficient and serve the intended purpose, why spend the extra $250 per chair, especially if it's not going to be a detriment to your business in any way or affect your brand? Now, I know from experience that you're far better off saving the $2,000 or investing the $2,000 towards income-producing equipment that will generate income and will continue to do so for the lifetime of the equipment. A $150 chair and a $400 chair will produce about the same amount of income, basically nothing. When it comes to saving money, reinvesting your money into income-producing equipment, or maybe even borrowing money, you need to ask yourself, where are you going to get the best return on your investment? If you had $30,000 sitting in the bank at, say, 10%, you're going to get $3,000 income per year. But if you invested that same amount of money into purchasing income-producing equipment, how many times would you need to use this piece of equipment to get the same return? When I purchased a milling machine to make orthotics for my podiatry business back in 2008, it costs about $75,000 to set it all up. In the first year of operation, it saved my business about $120,000 in lab fees. Now, after taking away the cost of materials, running costs of the equipment, I got my money back pretty much in the first year. Now, over the next 8 years, up until I selling my business, I was getting up to 150% return on my initial investment, year after year. Now, of course, not everyone has $75,000 sitting at a bank account. So if you borrowed $75,000 at 10% and you were going to get 100% return on your investment, it's still a very worthwhile income-producing piece of equipment, and it was worthwhile doing. But before you purchase new equipment, you must set equipment goals. Purchasing equipment without having equipment goals, it just doesn't make any sense. And I've seen a lot of expensive dust collectors sitting in the corners of many businesses because no goals or outcomes were set prior to purchasing the equipment. So before making any equipment purchases, ask yourself the following question. How long will it take before I get my full investment back? And to work this out, you need to know two things. One, how much are you going to charge? And two, how many times does this service or equipment need to be used? When you know this information, you can set realistic goals and then calculate your return on your investment. For example, a $10,000 piece of equipment being charged at $250 per use needs to be used about 40 times to get your money back, which is less than once a week. Is this realistic? Is this realistic for your business? What if it was used twice a week? That would be 104 uses for the year and would generate about $26,000 in gross revenue. That is a great return on your investment. In my case with the milling machine, it was more about saving money per use, more so than charging out a fee per use. But in the end, it still worked out the same. As part of your goal setting process, you need to also develop a marketing strategy. Now, you may only need to use your equipment 40 times to get your $10,000 investment back, but how are you planning to achieve this goal? What marketing tactics are you going to employ? Purchasing income producing equipment and developing a marketing strategy and tactics is something I've done a lot of coaching and mentoring around. So if you need any help in this area, please reach out and contact me. Send me an email, tf@tysonfranklin.com. So income producing equipment should be a business priority over non-income producing equipment. And it can and should be used to set your business apart from your competition. Think about the services you currently offer, and can you offer more? In my particular industry, which was podiatry, there is one piece of equipment that only costs about $300 to set up, yet very few utilize it. And it can add easily an extra $10,000 to the bottom line each year with very little effort. So keep your eyes open for opportunities. And remember, a client's bum will rarely tell the difference between a $150 chair and a $400 chair. But they will notice a business that reinvests their profits back into new equipment and technology that will provide a better, faster, and more efficient outcome for them. If you can purchase something that none of your competitors are using, it will set your business apart from the crowd. But first, do the math. Work out, is it a viable purchase? Set your goals for your return on investment and have a marketing plan in place before you make the purchase. If you can get this right, you'll set yourself up for income producing equipment success. Okay, that's it from me. Like I said, if you have any questions whatsoever, please send me an email, tf@tysonfranklin.com, and I will talk to you again next week. Bye for now.